What if you could learn to ride switchbacks without riding switchbacks? What if you could learn the skill on flat ground and that way you could practice it anytime and anywhere? That's exactly what we're gonna do in this video. Today is my birthday and we're gonna go ride one of my favorite trails, which actually has a back-to-back switchback, which is pretty tricky, it's tight, it's technical, and it'll be a great place to demonstrate today's technique. Also for the occasion, I've got a new set of tires that we're gonna test out as well. In the past, one of the skills that we've worked on to get more balance on the bike is to ride slow in a straight line, using our body to keep the bike upright, using your knees to spread them out and your elbows just to make your body balance the bike out as you move at the slowest possible pace. And that's a great place for us to start today. Now we're gonna try to build on that concept of riding slow and using our body to keep the bike upright. And we're going to start going in circles in both directions, using our body to keep the bike upright. And you're gonna notice that you're using one of your knees more than the other, depending on what direction you're turning to keep the bike upright. So the thing that we want to practice is riding in the tightest possible circle in either direction at the slowest possible speed. That's going to build our bike control with a tight corner, and we're going to start to figure out how we use our body to keep the bike upright and balanced as we're going slow and as we're turning as tight as we possibly can. This one single drill is going to make a huge difference when it comes time to doing the actual switchbacks on the trail, but just try to do this small, slow circle. And if you want to do it to another level, try to make a figure 8 as slow and as tight as you possibly can. This is the drill that unlocks switchbacks. If you feel like this is actually kind of easy for you, just go even slower and even tighter with your circles until it gets incredibly difficult.
Even though we've talked about our flat ground practice, we should also talk about how to approach a switchback on the trail so we're all set up for success. You'll want to start the switchback as wide as possible, riding the outside of the corner as far as you can. Once you're there, you'll use your knees and elbows to push your weight low into the back of the bike. This anchors the back wheel so it can turn on a tighter radius. Once you're in that position, you can trace your front wheel around the outside of the switchback.
Now that we've had time to practice this skill, let's go find that switchback and put it to use. Oh, and when we're done riding today, I have one birthday tradition that I have to uphold.
Today I'm riding with my friend Jeremy, who is way faster than I am. We had an absolute blast riding together, even if the trails were still a little slippery in a few spots. This particular trail system is called Rocky Point, and it's just outside of Portland, Oregon. It has a little bit of everything, which is one of the reasons why I like riding out here. I thought I remembered just 2 switchbacks in this section, but as it turns out, there are quite a few. See how I try to start the corner as wide as possible? That way I give myself the most room to turn, even in tight switchbacks like this. Pay close attention to how my elbows and knees are almost touching. I'm putting my weight over the back wheel and tracing that corner with my front wheel.
Nice.
Welcome into the shred spot. You guys might recognize this place because a lot of the tutorial videos that I've made for the channel have been on all of these boxes. But I have a really interesting and progressively harder way to celebrate my birthday every single year, and that is to jump in inches the amount of years that I've been alive. So every year it gets a lot harder, and I get older, but the box gets higher, which is not convenient for me. Today's box is 44 inches tall because I'm 44 today. And so I've just modified this box by adding in a few extra little pieces of plywood to get us to 44 inches. Now, I haven't jumped this high in a very, very long time, if ever. This is getting pretty close to my record of all time. And it's not a guarantee that it's gonna happen, but it's kind of a cool way to challenge myself every year to do something like this and to push myself and to stay sharp on this bike in particular. So we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try to go 44 inches to 2 tires. Here goes. What an awesome day. We got to ride our bikes outside, we knocked down our birthday tradition, and you learned a little bit about switchbacks. If you want to learn about the advanced switchback technique that I mentioned earlier in this video, go check out this video right here.